Come and get a taste of my mind. Come and take a look behind the scenes. See, we've been a five, see, we hero every day. I'm on the grind. I won't never ever take a day off. Everything I do is gonna pay off. Your little father time with me, with me, with me. You should try your little father time with me, with me, with me. Come and get a taste of my mind. Come and take a look behind the scenes. See, we've been a five, see, we hero every day. I'm on the grind. I won't never ever take a day off. Everything I do is gonna pay off. Your little father time with me.
Welcome back to another episode of Father Time with De'Meco and Blair, a podcast where dads talk about balancing fatherhood, relationships, careers, and passions. I'm De'Meco, resident dad to a wackadoo toddler, and this week I was a really proud papa. Whenever Mayari comes home from daycare, the first thing I do is get her lunchbox and put her dirty dishes into the sink, and I start washing them. A couple days ago, she took it upon herself to empty out her lunchbox and put each bottle one at a time in the sink. So she went into her tower, opened up her lunchbox, took out a bottle, went to the sink. And Kate and I are talking to each other. Like, we're not really, like, she's not the main focus.
Yeah.
So we're just talking. And I noticed out of the corner of my eye, I'm like, oh, she's making a couple trips. And she got another bottle, put it, and then and I was looking at Kim like, Kate, are you seeing this? And she just said, okay, like, dishwasher. And she looked at me because, I mean,
Yeah.
she thinks I'm the dishwasher. And I'm like, perfect. Thank you so much for helping. And it's really crazy to see her contribute to the household. Like she sees us folding clothes, feeding Lincoln. Like, it was a proud moment of like, oh, I didn't ask you to do that. You weren't in trouble to do it. Like, you just did it. And that was super dope. So Mayari, Papa's proud of you every day, all day. I love you so much.
Hell yeah. Super sick. Actions are taught and seen, I guess.
Yeah.
She's definitely seeing you guys and replicating. I was watching that with my homeboy, my wife's homeboy, Eddie. He had his twins out at a park, and it went from them just like walking around to them seeing like some kids playing soccer. And then you could see the kids, they're like one, I think. They're about to be one or two. And they're just like walking and like kicking the ball in front of them, but they're doing like trying to replicate the body movements of like the bigger kids. So be very cautious and aware of what you're doing, because they're always watching and they're always replicating. Yeah, and I'm your player partner, host of Motion Country Cousin Blair, aka Sir Winnie, father to the 8-year-old who's killing shit. We're still growing, we're still learning. She is she's in a stage now where her mother and I are getting on better terms, in the sense of like what discipline looks like is like a universal state. So we've been testing out her earning the things that she gets now, because before it was very honestly it's kind of hard, because I'm, again, like, not saying I'm a hands-off dad, but we do a week on, week off situation. So whenever she's here, I try not to be as much of a disciplinarian. Like, it's daddy. I want daddy to be the cool person, like fun dad, cool dad. Not saying that she gets to walk over, run things, but it's more discipline with a kiss. And I know her mom is kind of the same way, but Penelope has been pushing things with her mom a lot more than she does here. So we kind of settled on what we figured is a great universal system for Penelope to understand that structure is something that she needs to have a little bit more of, and she needs to live and lean into the structure. So it's hard for her mother and I think a bit more hard for her mom than me. I was raised with a mom who's like a disciplinarian and a lover. She had to be both up until my stepdad came into the picture. But for her mom, she feels like she has to be Goose's friend, not in a bad way. So timing wise, we had Penelope. Penelope turns 2.5, and the pandemic hits. So it's just been her and her mom for a grip. And I can see how that is. It can be hard when you want to discipline, but you also see yourself as, I don't like, she's very aware of what the future could be. So she's like, I don't want Penelope to hate me. I'm like, bro, she won't hate you, but she will use you, and she will be one of those kids who, if she's an adult, she's like drunk one day or she's on drugs and some bullshit because we didn't discipline her. Then she's in your car on meth and she's like blaming you because you're not giving her $20 to get high again. So like that's a very extreme in my head, but that's exactly where my mind goes. Is like we can create.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, for sure. Like we can create a kid who is dependent on people, or we can create a little human being who is supposed to be what in her mind what she thinks he is, and that's a boss. And if you feel like you are going to be very determined and you got this stern Leo attitude, which I love, like you got to have that in all aspects. And again, it happens and it happens and it starts with mom and dad. So again, it's been a hard little week for her mom. There's been a lot of texts and phone calls, but I love you, Hannah, and I hope you're doing good over there. Penelope needs to earn these things, so we snatched everything. So like coming home from school is not enough to get the laptop or to get, cell phones time to call your friend who you're just at school with. Nah. We're gonna need books read, we're gonna need places clean, we need math homework done, we need extra home like reading books, writing, take care of your cat, help your mom with like your mom shouldn't have to ask you for things. You should be cleaning, you should be putting things away, setting yourself up properly in the morning because you are a big girl. So Penelope, I know that when you watch this, things have changed, but at this time, Dad was very stern on you.
Whoa. Before we go any further, huge thanks to the Follow Time fam for tuning in. We seriously appreciate you exploring the wild world of fatherhood with us. Enjoying this episode? Then hit that subscribe button right now. Seriously, it's the best way to support the channel and make sure that you're always on time for Father Time. We wouldn't want you to miss out on a single dose of laughter or proud dad talk. Oh, you got a question or a story? Drop it in the comments. And for more content, be sure to follow us at Father Time Pod on all socials. All right, now back to the episode. Peace. I've been trying to improve. We talk about self-improvement.
Yeah.
I obviously talk about improving as a dad. If you're on this journey of improving as a dad, the first step you should do, check out this podcast. There's a lot of life lessons. There are a lot of life lessons here. We don't claim to be experts by any stretch of the imagination, but just a couple dads as well as our guests that are sharing what they've learned here in the trenches of fatherhood. But in this journey of self-improvement as a dad, I am checking out this book, The Gift of Failure: How the Best Parents Learn to Let Go So Their Children Can Succeed, by Jessica Leahy. I'm sure I'm butchering that last name, but this book is basically, I've seen people like quoting it and talking about it, but the parental urge to step in to help their kid, or hey, their kid forgot their homework at home, to bring it to school. That's not for your kid. That's for you, the parent, for your own self-esteem. And by taking that learning opportunity for your own self-esteem, you've essentially taken away a competency of your own child. And this short-term discomfort that y'all are going through with Penelope, that Kate and I are going through with Mayari, of understanding how we want to discipline or create structure for our kids, that's a short blip on the radar as opposed to the impact it has downstream for the rest of our kids' lives. And so it's important to establish those boundaries and what makes sense for each family, like we've talked about for the last couple episodes, of greatness being defined differently for each parent. Those boundaries are different for each family, and so obviously set what's right for you. But those are tough conversations, and I can only imagine how stressful it is, obviously being in two separate households and just wanting to make sure you got the same front. And I get the idea of like wanting to be the fun dad. I get that. I don't think, I would imagine it's got to be tough for you because like you said, 1 week on, 1 week off. Like I see Mayari and her mood, her mood changes when the wind blows. Like
shit show, yeah.
Get away from me, Papa. All right.
I've seen it. I've been on the phone with May where she's been like hella happy, and then she's like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Get out of here. But yeah, I can only imagine how tough it is, but it is necessary.
No, it's necessary, and it is tough. I think the biggest thing, we'll start the edit here. And the biggest thing is Hannah has a kind, and if you're listening to this is not a knock, girl. You know how I feel about you. Hannah has a very kind soul, right? Very, very kind person. She's been handled a lot early on with kid gloves, and she doesn't respond well to assertiveness, like my type of assertiveness, where it's like very loud. It's like not loud, but like it's animated. It's a lot of hand movements. A lot of like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what we need to do, and a lot of information at one time because my brain thinks at rapid speed, so I can come up with a lot of situations, solutions, scenarios, and like talk through those as I'm talking to a person. So I've found that it's easier for me to let her get everything that she needs to get out first, and then try and pick from that out of the litany of things that I've thought about. Like pick from that what best suits her worries, or like how I can help facilitate in that situation when it comes to being dad. It's tough as hell though, because deep down, the biggest thing is just like, nut the fuck up. That little nigga needs to hear you tell her this or else. Like the or else is the greatest threat a parent, like whoever the first parent in history was who said or else, and like the kid challenged it and then got hit, and then that story from both ends spread through the ethos of history. Like the mom was like, yeah, and that little motherfucker said or else, and I backhanded the shit out of him. And then the little boy went to school and was like, yeah, my mom was like, or else, and I said, or else what? And the bitch hit me. And then the fear on the kid's side, and then the emboldeningness on the parent side just like rippled through history. So now it's in our bloodline for like, my mom hit me with it. Hey, nigga, keep playing with me if you want. Play with me if you want. And like, I knew that the if you want in that period at the end was like or else. And I've never once asked Darlene, what you mean by that? I'm 35. I'll be 35 in May. That's when I'll ask her, or what you mean by that? I still ain't challenged that woman. You got me fucked up. But it gets to those points where with Hannah, I feel like if I was to give Hannah a coachable moment right now, you know what I'm talking about? Like out of love, it's like, you're doing such a fantastic job with our child as being a single mom who, a single parent who has worked her ass off and tried to do these things on her own while we were working through our drama. And now we're back together in a sense of like being able to be on the same team. It's four of us, my wife, me, you and your partner. You got to start leaning on dad a lot more, and then we can both then lean on our partners. But you can't hold on to all this shit on your own when you got three of us asking to help you. Accept the help. That prideful shit you got to get off your back. Like, it takes a village, and we've been telling you that for a grip. Girl, it takes a fucking village. Like, you got the village. You got all resources in the world. Let dad be dad a lot more, and then we can pass the bill off to things that we really don't want to do because it might be a little too hard, to our partners, because that's what they're there for. That's why they're called bonus. The bonus part. They get to be as fun as possible, and then when we need them to discipline a little harder because we don't want to do it, I'll send Alvin that motherfucker real quick. Hey, baby, can you handle this for me? Because I don't know what to do or say. Yeah, I got you, baby. And then like she walks in there with her little her degree in her mind and how she analyzes things and her soft voice.
For sure.
Everything's good. Because dad would have walked in there, you motherfucking niggas! That's how it would have been with me. So, you know,
sure.
It's a good ebbs and flow, dog. So.
I think that's really beautiful. Obviously, providing Penelope's mom, Hannah, those coachable moments. But I know for a fact this is not saying what Hannah is doing is wrong. But like you said, like you have a village available. Just tap into it, and it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard, and those are conversations I've had to have with Kate. And I was like, you don't have to like put something on my plate,
Yes.
like, and understand, like, I'm going to be a dad the way that I know how to be a dad. I can't be a dad the way that
You
you
envision
are a
it.
mom. Well, or the way that she is a mom. Like we talked about a couple weeks ago. Like, my parenting style is vastly different. Your parenting style is vastly different. Like, it's got to come natural. It's
Yeah.
like when people post content that isn't them, like, bro, you still lame. Just because you got a fancy car, you still a lame. We know who you are. Be who you are.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people tearing apart that dude who be doing the final boss.
Yes.
They be tearing him up. And one person, I think you sent it to me, of like, bro, like, you always been a lame.
Yeah.
Like, just because you got a fancy car and
Can't
some
unlame
random person handing you necklaces and a banana peel, bro, you still goofy, bro.
Yeah. You can't like no amount of money, validation from others, clout can unlame you. If money
If you
will only
happy, be happy.
yeah,
But just know that people think this way of you. I don't know you from a can of paint,
it's
but
the thing is big dog is like nothing can unlame you, big dog. Like that's just what it is. I don't care who you are. Because at deep down at night you have to fall asleep with yourself.
yeah.
And
I think go
are
ahead.
you happy? Is it are you happy with who you fall asleep with? Because I'd be
Yeah.
going to sleep in the fetal position with the pistol right next to me, very happy. Big booty to the side of me, and I'm over here like this, just squishes every now and then.
I'm imagining it's the same thing now that we talk about a lot more golf now. I would imagine it's the same thing that I kind of felt towards Bryson when he first came out with trying to be buff and like be like the strong scientist and like geek out about all that. Like, bro, we know that you're weird.
Yeah.
Don't try to be a bro and then hang out with the way bros hang out, like chirping each other on the tee box and all that stuff. Like, now
Well,
he's kind of come into his own in that YouTube space, and I think people are finding it endearing. Obviously, he lost his dad a couple years ago, and like that really kind of opened him up to be more himself and be comfortable with who he is and show the world who he is. So I think people have kind of come to like that, but it's that transition of stop pretending to be something you're not, and the world will accept you for who you are, which they kind of have.
and with that being said, this is the season finale of Father Time Season 4. And with that means this is the last Forgotten Fictional Father, that is the official title of this segment. I've been fucking it up, introducing it every week. I've been watching the videos. I'm like, bro, I've not said the same name twice. What the fuck am
And I
doing?
repeat it right after you. I was
And
like,
then, and then you say the real thing right after. So the real thing is the real thing. De'Meco, who is this week's fictional father? Forgotten fictional father. Haha. Got it. Who's this week's forgotten fictional father?
This week's forgotten fictional father comes from a classic Adam Sandler movie, 50 First Dates. I'm talking Marlon Whitmore.
I know all about what you guys do, and I totally respect that.
Look, if you know her condition, then you know she can't have a normal relationship with a man because the next morning she won't know who he is. And any guy who's okay with that ain't okay with me.
Recently watched it, and I was like, bro,
did anything for his baby.
Did anything for his baby girl. Did anything really for his son. But still gave it to his son. Like, bro, Doug, you ain't shit. Like, go take another steroid type thing. Like, that shit was funny. But like, for him to know and be aware enough of his daughter's condition that, hey, every time she saw Adam Sandler's character, she would start singing that Beach Boys song. Like, to be like aware of his daughter enough to know, hey, I know she's happy with you.
Yeah.
And you're clearly trying all those things, and then kind of hinting to Adam Sandler, like, hey, so she still thinks about you. Like, he was always looking out for his baby girl. And at the end, I think they end up in Alaska, and he's on the boat. Like, he's playing grandpa. Yeah. And I was like, oh, Yeah, you a real one. So
Yeah.
shout out Marlon Whitmore. I didn't really think I was ever going to find a forgotten fictional father in an Adam Sandler movie that wasn't Big Daddy. And I just kind of came across, I was like, oh yeah, you a real one.
Yeah, he's a great father, bro. Like, to think about it in that sense is like he really did go. He went the whole mile, and like, and dog, this is gonna bring it back to a real life father that we actually know. It kind of makes me think about our boy Matthew, just Divot. If you guys are following him on Instagram, if you're not, please do. But it reminds me of him and his wife's journey with their son, who's autistic, and it's kind of like, not like you're putting your life on hold, but like it's never really a moment that you feel like it's the same, right? So you're really working hard to make your child's life as beautiful as possible in the way where the world isn't like, you're not trying to shield your kid from the world. Like, you're showing your child the world. You're embracing the differences that you see and the hardships that might come with it. There was never wavering in Matthew and his conversations, and even in Marlon, right? That's his name from the movie. Even in
Marlon.
there was no wavering with him either. It's like every single day, this is not a job for me. This is something that not that I get to do. This is something that I love to do and that I want to do. So, goes back to being how, like, what being a parent is like,
you never not dad.
Never not dad, man. And the biggest thing is, if you are, as long as you're active, as long as you're there, you're not a whole ass nigga. You're not a hand. And we don't need no hands. We need dope ass dads out there. No hands, just dads.
Yep. Well, man, that's gonna go on a shirt somewhere.
Yeah. All right. So, man, you did a fantastic job, my dog. Fantastic job with the the fictional father frenzy, the inaugural fictional father frenzy. We are in the Sweet 16 matchup.
Yeah, as of right now, we're closing out the Sweet 16 matchups. Obviously, when this episode airs, we will have known who the winner is. But yeah, these matches, like the first couple rounds, like as you would expect in March Madness, like fairly predictable. You knew what was going to happen, no surprises really. But this Sweet 16, man, these matches are. I struggle with them.
I'm kind of pissed off that Bernie Mac and Philadelphia have to go against each other. Just because they're my dogs. Like, and shout out to Mr. Police, Mr. Marathon. We were talking about it. It's like, he was like, it's hard for me to see Bernie Mac and not just think of Bernie Mac. And I was like, Bernie Mac, it's fictional, bro. It's the TV Mac. It ain't the real Mac.
Yeah.
Can I reveal who I voted for now? Like, this isn't like politics. I can tell you who I voted for, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it.
Yeah. I can't see who voted for who. I just see the vote. No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is very much like real life democracy. I just see that votes have been made. I just see the results.
I can't remember who I voted for, but I think I voted for
So hold on, I'll share the most recent matchups
here. Yeah, let's show the people the matchup.
So this first matchup of the fictional father frenzy, we've got the 4th seeded John Q going up against number 2 seed Marlon from Finding Nemo. We got a Denzel versus Cartoon Fish matchup.
It definitely was tough. Like, I think we were talking about it a little earlier, or I think through DMs, this is like two dads going the extra mile for their kids. With Marlon, no pun intended.
Bro,
I definitely picked John Q. I picked John Q. I had more connection to John. I'm gonna go the extra mile for my baby. You know, big, strong. You know, all that shit. And he really didn't get that much time in jail. So if you think about it, hold a hospital hostage to get the baby a new heart. You know what I'm talking about?
Bro, my man Marlon was going up against sharks.
These are facts. As a clownfish, these are facts.
Actual sharks and barracudas and shit and scuba divers. jellyfish stings. Like
And
he
the
went through a
butt.
whole in the butt, bro. He went through a whole damn ocean for his kid, and
Yeah.
like flapped outside of water, like not their natural state.
You're right.
Wild. Yeah, that
What
was my
coming out?
pick for. Yeah, that was my pick for the John Q versus Marlin, and the results are in Marlin won
Oh,
50. Let's see, we got 54-46.
54% of y'all voted for Marlon? Oh,
That's
John
close though.
Cusack, you got done dirty, my dog.
That's close. That was a close matchup. And again, it's either are you going comedy versus drama, like
Yeah, that's
what's
really where you're
tugging
at.
at your heartstrings. Next matchup of the Sweet 16, we've got the number 1 seeded Bandit Healer versus the number 6 seed Goofy from a Goofy movie. This one was for a millennial parent to a toddler, the toughest matchup ever. This is coming from a person that wants both a Bluey tattoo and a power line tattoo. This was the toughest matchup ever.
Are we getting power line tattoos when we go to Chicago?
That was going to be we'll talk about that toward the end of the show of the trip to Chicago. But yes, we'll talk about that. Cut that little part out. We will talk about that. Cool. But yeah, this was a tough matchup for me to vote for. But I did recency biased. I voted for Bluey or voted for Bandit. Yeah, he's just that dog. He's just that dog for me.
Over your left shoulder, right shoulder? You got the dog on you right there, so it's all gravy. I mean, I kind of knew when this matchup popped up who you were. I already knew when I saw Bandit who you were voting for until it became a very hard battle for you. So in my eyes, I was like, if this man made his own bracket, Bandit's number 1, and he's going all the way. I definitely picked Goofy because of John's episode, like when he talked about the significance of trying to build that bond back with your boy. I mean, my daughter's 8 and I still just want to keep building relationship with her. And like, I know it's going to be a disconnect at a certain point and I'm going to have to do this whole Goofy movie thing where like I'm going to her college to try and reconnect her.
Yo,
like
I want to see that road trip so bad. I want to see that.
It's just all 3-6 Mafia. K-Dot. Run and get done. No, but I picked Goofy on this one. Who did the people vote for, though?
Bandit Healer, 57%.
57?
57-43.
Oh, man. Alrighty, so we got number 4, Jay Prickett, versus number 2, Jack Pearson. I forgot who it was in the comment section, but they were like heart eyes for like the little puppy sad eyes for Jack, and I was like, oh man, like Jack is a heartthrob dad. He gonna get people because he's not like, I mean, Jay is a real one, but he doesn't look good. Like and I think of the show, he's more seen as a husband than a dad. So I think a lot of people might have voted for Jack. I definitely voted for Jay because Jay's my dog. I'm a Modern Family dude. You know what I'm talking about? That's one of my favorite shows. So I definitely voted for Jay.
Yeah. So Jack was who I picked from This Is Us, and you look at him as a father, but I really look at him more as like a husband. Of like he put his wife first. Like it was very much like, hey, I got to take care of my partner, which will translate to me taking care of my kids. Not to say that Jay didn't do that, but yeah, oddly enough, as far as picks go, I'm usually leaning on the comedic side of my picks. But this one, I'm doing drama. Jack Pearson, obviously, one of my top 5 fictional fathers was Randall, which was his son. Got kicked out in the last round, so I gotta keep the Pearson name alive. That was a tough one. Shout out Sterling K. Brown, man.
All right, so who got the dub on this one?
Jack Pearson.
I knew it.
55%. 55-45.
These are really close battles, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. You guys did a great job. Thank you so much for voting, guys. Shout out. Let me get this next one.
This next one is not a close one.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, it's not close at all. All right, so in my heart of hearts, this was close. In my mind, this was hard as shit. We got number 1 Mufasa versus number 6 Furious Jones from what? Don't be a menace.
Bro.
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah,
from Boys in the Hood. And if you look at I think we might have it up right now. If you look at this for the people listening, I'm describing it. If you're looking at the Fictional Father Frenzy matchup, it's literally a picture of Mufasa side-eyeing, and then it's Furious Jones looking like they're both literally in a stare-off. It's the greatest edit of all time. I picked Mufasa. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love Furious Styles, but in this matchup, Mufasa died for his boy. Is always there for him because his legacy is passed down to Simba and now to Simba's babies and all that good jazz. Although Furious Styles was one of my top picks in my mind because of his impact on the neighborhood, he just had a really good scene, and I think that's more what people see him for because the movie showed the boy's lifestyle more than it showed Furious. So I definitely voted Mufasa on this one though.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I got the Lion King tat on the arm. It was never not going to be Mufasa. Mufasa was my number 1 pick. It didn't matter who he was going up against. Mufasa was gonna run away with this one. Oddly enough, when I was looking at this matchup, I was thinking of the actor Lawrence Fishburne that plays Fury Styles, and I was like, yo, you probably would have made a dope ass Scar. And then I thought more about it. I'm like, you might have made a dope ass Mufasa too. Okay.
Yeah, he definitely would have. It just would have been a lot more
hearing the voice. Yeah, just the way he talks. I'm thinking Matrix. I'm thinking Blackish.
Yeah.
He could have played it so many different ways. Obviously, the way he played Fury Styles.
Bro, him in Blackish? Oh, that might be season 5 talk. We might have to talk about that.
We can talk about that for sure because I'm surprised that might be the next. If it's not mentioned, that's got to be probably up there as far as forgotten fictional fathers. Is Dre and Pops.
Yes. All right, who got the dub? Let us know how much Mufasa won by.
92. Someone voted for Furious, and I might say it was probably Jethro because that was the only person that mentioned Fury Styles on their list. I think maybe someone else. I think Ty. Yeah, Ty and Jethro. Yeah,
crazy.
Waxed. A real life stampede on this dude.
Yeah,
Lions 8.
You're a fool. Oh, next matchup, big dog.
So the next matchup in the Sweet 16. This was a tough one. Battle of the Mustaches. Number 2, Chris Gardner, going up against number 3, Ted Lasso. So a little Pursuit of Happiness v. Ted Lasso. This was tough.
Pursuit of Happiness versus Believe. It was tough. I think I picked Ted Lasso. I can't remember on this one. I think I shot through this one. I don't know, man. Ted Lasso was a father from afar. He was definitely a dad abroad. His job called for it. Chris Gardner, I think on this one is when I pulled the card of it's based off of a real person versus Ted Lasso. Only in a matchup sense is when I will pull this out. So matchup wise, that's why I voted for Ted Lasso.
Man.
Only reason why.
Yo, Chris Gardner lost on a tech.
Yeah, man. Technicality, big dog. I fought for you on every other episode, every other call. I fought for you.
Facts. Yeah, this was tough. I think when I look at the impact that both of these fathers had on me, I'm thinking Chris Gardner, the way that he was a dad, I think really shaped the intensity in which I'm a dad, how I'm ferociously going to attack whatever my daughter wants to do, whatever her passion is, I'm going all in. Whatever it is, we going all in, baby girl. But the actual just life lessons as a husband, as a friend, as a dad that you get from Ted, Ted Lasso got my vote as well. It was tough though. it was tough.
Yeah.
But looking at the results, the fans, they voted accordingly. Chris Gardner, 64-38. Yeah, so
64-38 to Chris Gardner. Ooh.
I'm actually surprised though, because like if you think about like the demographic of people that watch Ted Lasso, you have to have Apple TV. Not everyone
That's the
has
biggest,
Apple TV.
Yeah.
So like for him to still compete and not get waxed like freaking Furious Styles, like shout out
shit.
Ted Lasso.
Good shit to Ted Lasso, man. You made it far enough.
I think people were like, oh, he's a dad from far away, so he's really isn't a dad. I'm like, yeah, I get that, but I'm thinking about what I learned from him as a dad.
Yeah.
A lot more lessons there. All right, this next matchup. This is the one you want to talk about. This is the number one. This is the one you want to talk about.
Yeah.
You want to do
No,
the
I
lead
want
up
the
on
next
this?
one. I want the next one.
You want the next one. All right.
Yeah.
This matchup was all smiles. We're talking number 9, Bernie Mac versus number 1 seed Phil Dunphy. This was again. You got to separate the comedian from the role.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac, Chicago's finest. Like it's hard not to vote for Bernie Mac. I wasn't really big on the Bernie Mac show. Like I obviously watched it, but it wasn't like it hit me like that. I think this was right around the time when I started playing golf a lot more aggressively, so it wasn't anything for me. So yeah, I ended up voting for Phil Dunphy. He's just trying so hard. He's trying everything for everybody. He's just trying to be all of it. So I gave the nod to Phil Dunphy.
Man, it's tough being a fan of both of these dads, right? Or father figures, a father figure versus dad. And that is where like my like battle came in at. It's like, all right, Phil is actually a father to these 3 kids. And this is Uncle Bernie, who's playing a father figure. There's a lot of resentment in like the relationship between Bernie Mac and the kids. And only in matchup like requirements. When you put it like that, Phil Dunphy trying his hardest and being there, being the dad, goofy, disciplinary, like strict, stern, all those things. And then Uncle Bernie being Uncle Bernie. You know what I'm saying? I definitely voted for Phil again on this one.
Bro, all I think of, and it's not even from the Bernie Mac show, but it's from Kings of Comedy.
Exactly.
Him's downstairs.
Him down. Like that. Dad. Like I ain't got no motherfucking name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get your bow-legged ass. Like, and like that is what I'm imagining. I was like, it was his way or the highway. There was no adaptability in the way that he was parenting.
He also lost one of these kids, and he was just on the roof.
Yeah.
You didn't watch the show. For the people who watch the show, you know what we're talking about.
You talking about the kid with glasses? I feel like he was always in trouble. Yeah, he was. He was that show's Urkel.
That's him
in
downstairs.
Every sense of the word. Yeah, that's him downstairs. Exactly. With this match, surprisingly, was a lot closer for a 1 going against a 9. Phil Dunphy did win 64-36. But that's still impressive that Bernie Mac got that many votes.
Yeah, I think nostalgically people voted for Bernie Mac because it's Bernie Mac, not because it's the TV show.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a matchup again, not one that I was like too heavily like invested in, but after talking to like my stepdad and shit, because I showed him the matchups, he was like, "Man, y'all boys got James Evans up against Uncle Phil. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?" And I know what I just said is going to come into play to a lot of people because we have him titled here as Uncle Phil. This nigga had 4 kids. 4 kids on the show. So we have to remember that in the voting process. I truly didn't watch the show with Dynamite and all those guys. I didn't watch that show growing up. That wasn't even like on reruns in my house. I definitely watched more of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But going back and looking at James Evans' character, or the James Evans character, he was a strict father. He was a funny father. He was a loving husband. Like, he was a no-nonsense dad because he was trying to teach his kids the way of living in that time. But Uncle Phil, on the other hand, was a guy that I want to be and I hope to be, a man who's worked his way from being in a terrible situation to a little bit of prominence, a little bit of stature, a little bit of like cachet to myself, to where I can put my children in a position to be successful, and 100 yards ahead of where I started at. So I voted for Uncle Phil here for the nostalgia, for the life lessons, for the taking in of another person's kid, ever having two of his own with two wives.
Two wives is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, light skin and dark skin on Viv.
That's a whole other topic to come back.
It was so fucking funny too, because when it happened, Jazzy Jeff came into the house in the first episode, was like, "Hey, something changed with you?"
Yeah. I love when shows do that. I love when shows do that. Yeah, this was an easy pick. It was definitely an Uncle Phil pick for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, shout out James Evans, raising his family in Cabrini Green here in Chicago. Like, that was a nostalgic feel for me. It resembled, I could only imagine, the household that my dad grew up in, and so yeah, it was definitely hard to pick away from James Evans, because any other matchup, if you're just looking at father stature,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, any one of these people, I mean, not any one of them, but like, these are good dads.
Oh
Like, they care. But yeah, it's really interesting that whenever I heard people vote for Uncle Phil, they never actually talked about him being a dad to
anybody besides
Will. To his actual kids. They're talking about how he was with Will, and I don't know if that is a knock to him or only speaks to how good of a dad he was, that he had that much more to give. But yeah, the audience also agreed. This was our first sweep. Uncle Phil got 100% of those votes.
Damn.
Yeah.
BTA, brother.
Yeah.
All right, you got this last one.
Yeah. This last one is probably the funniest matchup, because in what world are these two people in the same room, let alone going up against each other? We've got number 2 seed Willie Jones, Big Dick Willie, going against number 3 seeded Sonny Koufax from Big Daddy. This one was interesting because, like,
It's just a weird matchup.
So weird, so like polar opposite.
Yeah.
I get the references for Big Daddy, Sonny Koufax. Adam Sandler is a funny movie. I just don't see him as a dad. Like, I get it, he's the dad that's set up, and like, I get all of that. I just like, I don't look at that movie as parental aspirations.
Yeah, it's more of like a buddy movie, man, to be honest.
Yeah.
He just played a father figure.
Yeah, like, he was just trying to keep the kid alive. 50 packets of ketchup, like, you're just doing like kangaroo song, like, you're just trying. I mean, I guess that's the parenting of a toddler. You're just trying to get something to stick for the day. But yeah, so I picked Willie Jones. It's just, there's too many core memories attached to the role that he played. It was reminiscent of the way that my dad was a parent, but also those heartfelt moments that were very tender and consoling of Ice Cube and his daughter, who doesn't get any reference in any of the other movies, if I'm not mistaken.
Not
a single one.
Yeah, it's like she just moved off.
Regina King did not get any love in any of the other movies. She was on to bigger, better things, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, his character is iconic I think it's because he has a larger catalog. He's got 3 movies.
Yeah, we can see him evolve and stick as a dad.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my vote as well, Willie Jones, just because, like, again, I don't see Sonny Koufax as a father. And if we're doing, again, matchup wise under criteria, which we really didn't state that there were criteria, but if we're gonna knock out a criteria of like just being a dad is like a base level, then yeah, it's definitely gonna be Willie Jones. Raising his kids in the South Side of LA and all that shit, and trying to teach his boys lessons, and again, like being a good father to his daughter as well. Yeah, man, fucking Willie Jones. The memory, the funny moments, you win some, you lose some. I bet you feel like a man with that gun in your hand, don't you? Like, I'm a man without it. And then like he actually was like told his wife to step back. Now let him hold. Like this is a moment our son needs. Get up, Craig. Come on, Craig. Get up, Craig. Yeah. So like I love him, man. Willie Jones. That's
Willie
what I got.
Jones.
And I'm pretty sure the people voted as we did.
Yeah, 64-36, Willie Jones. Moving on.
Nice. There we go.
So, yeah, obviously by the time this airs, we will know the winner, but I'll work on those matchups to go out on the IG stories. And so what I'm hoping for is over the course of this calendar year, we get some more fictional fathers listed. This will be like every other NCAA. Your last season will determine your next season rank and go on from there. So whoever wins will kind of be seated that first spot unless they get outvoted or something. So we gonna keep the tradition alive of the fictional father frenzy and see how that evolves and changes as people's taste do, or maybe who knows, Bandit might fall off because I won't be the parent to a toddler at some point. I find that very hard to believe that I wouldn't enjoy this show.
When I called Big Dog today, man, I got to see May in a Bluey princess dress, and it was the cutest shit in the world. I was like, "Oh, my girl!"
Yo, she loves that dress. She's like, beautiful dress, and she's kind of like the octopus in Finding Nemo, just like flowing. I was like, "Oh,
look
you
at
like
my
this?
Tentacles.
Yeah, you like that." I was like, "Okay, that's adorable. That's adorable." That's another thing that I noticed. I forget at what point you mentioned it, but like kind of recognizing the world around you. I think you were talking about Penelope. I witnessed Mayari, and I was having a high thought. This was me internalizing, witnessing my daughter realize that she's got a world around her. It's not just her, like she was realizing there's something outside of herself. I got her to acknowledge and interact with her shadow. Like,
oh, what?
Like her shadow.
Yeah.
Like we were playing in the backyard, and I was like, she saw my shadow, and I was like, look at yours. And so she was like playing, and I was like, oh, that you didn't realize that was there. That's part of you, and that's who you are. And I was like, oh, that's kind of dope. And I told him, like, I don't know if I'm really high right now or like that's actually a beautiful moment, but I'm gonna take it as a beautiful moment that I just got to witness my. Yeah.
los dos, mi amigo.
Bro, you saw my eyes yesterday.
Yeah, your eyes are like my eyes right now.
Bro was faded. Bro was.
I caught Cuz. He's in the bathroom like this. Nigga look just like this. And this is me trying to open my eyes right now.
Yeah, you see my eyes right now. I was gone. I think that's a perfect segue to talk about to talk about a new relationship we got going. Something we've been working on since season 3, beginning of season 3. You are now looking at the newest ambassadors to Wink.
Yes, Lord.
We've got a 1-to-1 ratio of THC, CBD, seltzer. Some great flavors. We got black cherry, lime, tangerine, and juicy mango. I'm loving the juicy mango joint. And if you check them out, they also sell gummies. So they will fulfill all your needs. With when this episode airs, y'all will probably be preparing to celebrate 420, so do so responsibly, and check out our folks at Wink, Follow Time Pod for that discount.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a dope seltzer, 1-to-1 ratios, 5 THC, CBD. It's like something that you can coast with. So I've been giving it to some of my coworkers over at the barbershop. And they were like, is it going to get me fucked up? And I was like, no, it's like if you're already loaded, like you're already stoned a little bit, and you're just trying to like enjoy the rest of your night, or like you got some friends over who don't necessarily want to be too high, but they want to enjoy like a nice little buzz while you guys are out going to like an outdoor concert or something like that. I've also done this with the juicy mango. Made like a mixed drink, like a smoothie. So added ice, added a little bit of fruit, like fresh fruit, like actual fresh mango chunks, and then like yogurt, and threw that in there, made like a little smoothie. It is the greatest thing that I've ever tasted. So I think you guys definitely should try it out. Like you said, try it out. Father Time Pod promo code or discount code at checkout. From one ambassador program or one ambassador partnership to another, head on over to Broccoli. Make sure you guys are checking Broccoli out as well. Broccoli Country Club. These guys are doing some really cool things. And I think you guys, if you get in now, you'll be starting to get in on the ground floor, and you can see the innovative things that they're trying to do and will be doing a rise up. If you are in the California area, specifically San Francisco, you can actually go to certain dispensaries and find the flower that is attached to this brand. And it is coming soon to the Illinois area as well. So be on the lookout for that. Broccoli, Best Grass and Golf. There we go. Father Time Pod at checkout over there for 20% off.
Yeah. Shout them out, Nick and Johnny. Y'all doing some great stuff. Just recently talked about their Fairway Finder line and those corduroy hats. Those are fire.
Yeah, dude.
I still can't get over that T-hole clip that we had earlier this season.
And if you got your broccoli teas, you know what I'm talking about. You got your little broccoli tea. Put in a little tea hole right there, cuz. Where's that? Boom. You know what I'm talking about. On a course with it. You got your little...
Oh, is that what that is for?
Yeah, that's a tea hole, cuz.
Bruh, I did not know that. Wow.
You know
Pause. If the hole was bigger, you could put a J in.
Hey, yo, what? Yeah, my wife died of laughter. She's like, you would have never thought that, like, he didn't even think about putting it in. Like, yeah, it is wild. So what I will say is, guys, coming to the end of the episode, season 4. For the people who are listening, for the people who are watching, we appreciate you guys so very much, because it does take nothing for you guys to watch, and you don't have to watch or listen. But the fact that you do every Thursday, the fact that you tune in, the fact that you interact with us, those are things that we were asking on season 1 and 2, and we're starting to see it now, season 4. The consistency that you guys have seen with myself and De'Meco, you'll see a lot more as the seasons progress, as we get better at our craft. Things like the Frenzy, more relationships with brand deals, hopefully some things like Wilson Golf, and giveaways. I do not know if you guys want to hear this, but De'Meco and I have plans for giveaways.
We don't know what we're giving away quite yet, but we will be doing a giveaway to kind of celebrate doing this for a full year, hitting a milestone in just over 100 subscribers, and as a thank you for rocking with us and kind of adding some validation to this little passion project that I roped Blair into. But I think has been something that we've kind of leaned into, really being the origin story of our friendship. And I'm really happy that a few years ago he asked me to be on his show. That kind of started this whole thing. And I'm really thinking about rocking a bird shirt every day until Lamorne agrees to be on the show. I just don't know if I can commit to doing that. I thought about that. I'm like, I'll just bring the bird shirt with me all the time, and I'll just put it on over whatever I'm doing. But either way, I'm just super thankful that y'all have been rocking with us. And so to kind of do a thank you, we're going to do a giveaway, and we'll do another giveaway once we hit 500 subscribers, something bigger and better. So yeah, stay tuned. We're excited about where the show is growing. And bro, I'm so excited to see you here in the city.
Dog, yeah. It's
I'm so excited.
bro. My wife. I was talking to my wife just because I was like, this is like, all right, off topic just a little bit, but it's Father Time esque. I was talking to her about needing to get to the range, and I was like, maybe I should like get like just like get lessons just to like dial in my driver. I was like, that's the one thing I want. Like, I don't care if I don't like hit the irons well or even putt well. Like, as long as I can get the ball off the tee on the first shot, where like most of the people are going to be fucking watching. Like, I want that shot to be the best shot that people see. So maybe I should get like some lessons or some shit like that. But I've just been watching YouTube videos and going to the driving range. When you guys see that part 1 vlog of the Back to Chicago that I'm doing, you'll see that ball is cranking. Hey, your boy was like, what the fuck is this? But no, she was like, I'm so happy for you. She was like, I'm so excited that you get to go like see a friend. It's kind of like those videos of people who like have played Xbox with somebody for like 5-6 years and they finally get to meet. And I was like, yeah, but me and Bert has been talking on the podcast. Like we see each other all the time. It's just I finally get to see like, all right, this nigga really is tall. He kind of short.
We don't
like, you know, I get to
we
see
don't talk about like superficial shit either. Like we talk about real shit. Like when you play online and like in the DMs and all this like textual stuff, like it can be very top layer conversations, bro. We cover a lot of topics here on the show, as well as like, because we have the show, that means our conversations off camera are even more in depth. Yeah, it'll be super dope to finally dap up and have a wink, have some broccoli. It's gonna be a vibe. Yo, to the audience, what should we do when we get Blair in the city?
Oh yes,
we got plans. We've got options of doing other stuff. But put it in the comments on what you think we should do, what restaurants we should hit. We are going to hit up Harold's because your boy, even though living in Chicago, born and raised, all that
entire
stuff,
fucking life,
I've never had Harold's. If I did, they didn't tell me it was Harold's. Which I feel, which is
that ketchup
like
sauce, bro. You would have known.
If you get Harold's, you tell like, yo, this is Harold's. Like you don't get it twisted. So yeah, we gonna have some Harold's. We're gonna have some Italian Fiesta. But let us know what else we should do. We kind of talked about this a little earlier. I thought about it. I was like, is that crazy? Getting tattooed. I was like, is that crazy? Is that wild? So. That's wild. Is that wild?
I got a tattoo in Mexico.
Oh, for sure. Like, but like, talk about like attached for life.
Mm-hmm.
You and me. Like, and not that I'm afraid of it, but like,
these episodes are online.
Exactly, forever. But like,
until they burn YouTube down, we're good.
And even then, we'll still have it.
I got it.
Like we ain't. I got the other half.
No, I think I was thinking about that honestly, dog, because I was like, I have like an entire left leg I can get tattooed. I have my like right arm. I got my hands I can tattoo. I want to get something like around here, just because like I've seen barbers with that, so I think that's like a cooler barber.
I've seen those. Those are dope.
Yeah, you know. But I was thinking like maybe just like get FT tattooed somewhere, just like for Father Time. Or
I was thinking about that.
Like it doesn't have to be anything like large and crazy, like actually like a character where we got to spend like $2-3 bills, $500 and spend a long ass time in a tattoo parlor.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nah, but like to just go in there and get like FT or something tattoo right here, and then like people ask me all the time like, what does that mean? I was Father Time. It's my podcast. Because it means more, and I know people who are listening, they're probably like, what the fuck y'all talking about? Even watching, it's like, why would y'all do that? He kind of made the like laughing statement that he roped me into this, but starting it as a New Girl Marvel thing, it would have roped me in. He would have had to like talk me into each episode. But when we get to talk about our vulnerabilities as fathers, when we get to talk about the beauties of our daughters growing up and seeing everything that comes with that, talking to other fathers, like we talked about earlier, talking to other fathers for now a complete 4 seasons, 40 episodes, talking to other people about what it means to them to be a dad. Like that means so much to me. And it's a change that I want to see in the world, right? I want to see men be more vulnerable in situations and talk more about how proud they are to be dads, how scared they are to be dads, and all those and everything in between. So to get this podcast tattooed, or this podcast title tattooed to me, means the world to me, because it's something that we created out of thin air. So,
bro, for real.
yeah, man.
So that might be an activity. Yeah, your boy went down like, I'm like, oh man, like it would be dope to do this or do that, and I was like,
I think the best thing for us to do is like after this, just talk about it. But that's neither here nor there. You know what is here? A new segment. Fan questions.
Let's
Let's
go.
roll them out.
All right, so this one's an interesting one. We got some ranking to do.
Oh shit.
Top 3 thirst quenchers. Like you just did some sprints. You just played 36 in 100-degree heat. Like what is quenching your thirst? Not like what's the best tasting drink or whatever. What's quenching your thirst?
Bro, water, number 1.
Okay.
Like if I just ran, just give me water, bro. Supplement, 10% off by the time out, discount code. Yeah, so water straight up and down. Give me the blue Gatorade, the baby blue Gatorade. And
the glacier one?
Yeah, the glacier ice. Yeah, so the baby blue one and then the glacier ice one. So like the baby blue one and then the white one. Those 2, I'm good to go. Out, bro, chugging. But if I'm on the course, I'm already drinking water. So a thirst quencher on the course after 36 is just drinking like a Jack and Coke or some shit.
Sure.
I just played terribly.
So mine, water for sure. That in my head was like a given.
Mm-hmm.
But my goated thirst quencher is orange Gatorade. Like in my head, that's the best.
The orange one?
Orange, just regular orange Gatorade.
All right.
You're
crazy.
goated. What?
You're crazy. Orange?
Yes.
That's like somebody
orange.
saying that like the cucumber and lime one.
You mean like the original yellow one?
No, that's just lemon lime. They got a lime green one, like a pale green, and it's
no, not that one.
Lime.
Not that one. No, I'm telling you, orange. You've got
I'm saying
the
that's
original.
nasty.
You got you got the original yellow, orange, red. I'm taking orange.
Give me the original yellow.
Ugh.
Schmidt, what happened? What's wrong?
That's gross. You're psychotic. No, bro. You're gonna tell me McDonald's got high C and you're not gonna have high C? Because that's what that is. Like
it's not high C, bro. It's not high C.
But high C from McDonald's is the drink to get when you go to McDonald's.
Yes, I get half Sprite, half high C.
My, I guess, sleeper or like I think underrated one was the 50-cent flavor of vitamin water, the triple X.
Yes,
that shit.
Okay,
ice cold.
Yo,
put that in the freezer for a little bit, where it's like a little slushy. That's the only way to thirst or like quench your thirst.
Okay, so I think a sleeper, and I don't even think they make these drinks anymore. Do you remember the dragon fruit Sobe?
I didn't drink Sobe.
Oh my god, bro! I think I can find them at like Office Max.
You know what? Find them. The only thing I can think of that's comparable to what you're saying is the pomegranate Arizona iced tea.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
that's valid.
Yeah, those are good. Where do you fall on Sunny D?
Like, is there other stuff around? Like, is there other orange juice around?
All right, yeah, let's rank your orange juices, because I don't consider Sunny D orange juice. I consider it orange drink, like Tang.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not an orange juice or anything to me. It's just like a juice. So I mean, it's not up there. Like if
It's
there's
not up there.
things around, I'm picking something else.
Sure. Okay. No, I get that. Yeah, I just figured I'd ask.
Not
So
a fan
here, I
question,
got
a De'Meco question.
yeah, that was more of a De'Meco question. Sunny Delight. I'm just curious on people's stances on Sunny Delight. That might be the new staple question of Father Time on the go.
What the fuck
So
you
tell
like?
me your
What
thoughts.
do you think about Sunny D? Where you at with Sunny D, son?
Bro, that's gonna be my new nickname, Sunny D.
Oh my God, I'm calling you that on the golf course.
I feel like
Actually,
Billy
no,
D.
I'm
Williams
not, nigga.
over
That's,
here.
hey, pause. No, I'm not. Pause. The wake up D? Nah, fuck out of here, cuz. Nah, fuck that. Call that nigga the morning D. Negative. Pause. Oh, fuck no.
Bro, I think I because all right, I don't know if we'll keep this in the show or not, but like obviously we're playing in this golf outing and it's just a group of dads. I'm like, oh shit, is this the inaugural Dogleg Daddies video? Is that what this is? And I was like, oh my God, if we were like a good or like a YouTube group, I'm like, that's my name, Sunny D of the Dogleg
De'Meco
Daddies.
Sunny D Deans.
Sunny D and the Dogleg Daddies. Oh my God, that's a
We are
band.
not
That's
we are not a 1950s fucking pip band that travels the Chitlin circuit. That's not what we do. You're
Bro,
about to you are not about the Gladys Knight and the Pips me. Nigga, I am
I'm nothing without
Beyonce
you.
and you are Beyonce. We are both Beyonce.
I'm getting shirts made.
And it's crazy because this nigga has the ability to make shirts at his house.
I'm commandeering that nickname now. You got Miko Midas and Sunny D.
Jesus Christ.
But that's it. Those are the fan questions. I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for providing those fan questions and keep them coming. If we do decide to do a tattoo, y'all should put in the comments what y'all think that should be. We know what it's going to be, but I'd love to hear some suggestions.
Yeah, I would love to know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Well, man, yeah, that was the end of season 4. All the time with De'Meco and Blair. It is crazy to think we've been doing this for over a year now. 4 seasons in. 4 seasons in a Christmas episode. And it's literally thanks to you guys for like always listening and tuning in. Thanks to all of our guests that we've had from the very first season up until now. Giveaways coming soon. Vlog from my POV of me getting better at golf and, hitting the course, getting ready to, fly out to see my brother and all that. Those episodes will be dropping intermediately throughout on Honor Club Media and on Father Time Pod. Yeah. Other than that, man, we love you guys. I am your player partner, host of Motion Country Cousin Blair, aka Sir Winnie, and this is my brother De'Meco. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but decided to stop, listen to the podcast, or watch wherever you are. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, because that is how the YouTube algorithm lets us know that you guys are watching, so we can keep dropping these episodes for you guys. Like we say every episode, man. Tell somebody that you love them because we love you. Peace. Support your friends because that shit is free.
Hell yeah. And it's fun.
Come and take a look behind the scenes. See who's been a father, superhero every day. I'm on the grind. I won't never ever take a day off. Everything I do is gonna pay off. Your little father time with me. You should try your little father time with me.